Hi, Missy from HR here. So in this video, I would like to tap on a little bit more of the Hiring for Manager series, specifically around the questioning, and drill down a little bit more into maybe the what you can and cannot ask component. So more that risk mitigation area. And I'm going to use Molly as the example. She's applying for a production job in a facility that's quite dirty with a lot of bulky, heavy items, predominantly male, and a manager who really doesn't want to be interviewing her because she's female, but he's being forced to. So I'm going to ask just a few questions, but really I want to pull out a couple of universal themes that you will be able to apply to many other questions as well. So the first question that the manager asks Molly is, we have to work a lot of mandatory overtime here, and it goes into the late night sometimes and the weekends. Who's going to watch your kids? I'm hoping red flags went up everywhere for that. But if you're asking that question, you would have to ask that to everyone, including all the men, and regardless of their age even. But that's really not the best way to go about that question anyway. If you're going to ask a question that's a requirement of the job, again, an essential requirement of the job, and that it is accurate. You're not maybe asking if they can lift 100 pounds when they only need to lift 20. But if you have requirements for the job, it's really a good idea to even have them listed so that you can just show the candidate the paper and say, these are the requirements for the job. Are you able to meet these? And then they say yes or no, right? But if you're talking through them, same thing. It's just bringing them up, verbally, and then gaining their alignment on if they are able to meet that requirement or not. So that's the better way to go about that, because then it's being specific to the job, it's accurate, you're asking it to everybody, and you're only gaining their yes or no answer as to whether they can work with those requirements. Okay, so that would be maybe a better way to approach that. So the next question that he's going to ask is, we have to lift a lot of heavy things here, and, you're going to have to be able to lift 60 pounds by yourself. And that's like every day. I mean, are you going to be able to do that? Okay, so in reality, it may have been 20 pounds every day and 60 pounds with a partner on occasion. So again, we have to be careful, what we're stating there. But that's the same thing as the last one. This position requires you to be able to lift 20 pounds. Are you able to meet that requirement? Yes or no? Okay. Just wanted to illustrate that. Okay. So the next question that he's going to ask Molly is, I see on your application here that you were in the military. Why were you discharged? It's not really a legitimate question. The fact that they were in the military may mean that they have some experience that you're interested in learning about. Make it about that. So when you're asking questions about anything, it needs to be rooted in the job. There should be a reason why you're asking, that you can draw a direct line back to, I need to know this information because it helps me understand if you are the right person for this job because of the job. So if I'm asking you about your military experience, it should be more like, so the position here requires, X, Y, and Z as we discussed. Can you please tell me more about your position that you held in the military? Did you manage people? Was there, a lot of organizational skills required of you? How did you handle conflict? So it's those kind of things that you can ask, because you need to know those things for this job. And why? Because this job may require you to be organized. It may require you to, direct other people with tasks and action items. So there has to be that link there. Asking things that just have nothing to do with the job they're applying for is a no-go. Okay. So again, be consistent. Ask the things that you need to ask that pertain to the job, and keep yourself out of some trouble. Thank you. Have a nice day.